Evening, guys. Welcome to tonight's Hangout in the Crib. As you can see, the panel is very scarce today. It's just myself, Earth, and everybody knows Paint Train. Hopefully, we're going to be joined by Chris and J-Boy very shortly, but they're running a little bit late tonight. So our apologies.
Apologies if I run off as well.
Yep. So you might just end up being left with me for a little bit, but can't be helped. Very sorry about that. It's we take our time out of our busy schedules in order to do this. So everybody's got things that they've got to be getting on with and doing. So unfortunately, we're at a loss today. So no prof, but we have got the prof slides. So hopefully all should be good. So what I'll do is I shall be doing the slides in a second when I can get the screen share up, if it'll ever work. Right, so here we go. Alright, so what we're doing tonight is we are doing Perdition raid info. So first thing that we've got, if I don't go too far, is the changes, bug fixes and tuning. So not very much this week. Partial fix on one thing, so corrected a case where two of the weapon slots for the lightning carrier would be incorrectly rearranged in the shipyard. That's only been partially fixed. I don't think I've noticed it, mostly because I haven't got any. Don't know about you, Rob?
No, I don't have them either.
So yeah, it's only partially fixed, so they are going back to relook at it. Addressed an issue where uranium awards for reaching point thresholds in events might not be awarded under certain specific conditions. Again, I've not actually had that. I don't know if you have at all, Rob?
No, I haven't had that either.
No? Okay, cool. So, next slide. So, the raid structure itself is going to be the same as the last raid. You're going to have the Recon, Strike, Siege, and Elite campaigns with the same bonuses. World map targets as per last time. Sector influence bar like last time. The only addition that you're going to get this time is you're going to have large Hellstar targets, which is single player option with big payouts for sector points and 500k for completion. It's a 4-day raid. Unlockable sector prizes and dredges may or may not be appearing on normal schedule. So that's that. I'm just going to check to make sure that everything's working properly. Yeah. Right. So that's pretty much that. Anybody got anything to say, Rob?
Anybody? I don't know. Who else can we ask? Yeah, I'm going to be honest and say I'm pissed off. The way that the raid was last time, I wasn't impressed with. I know a lot of people wasn't and staged their concerns about the level 90 platforms and how they just kind of woke up one morning and there were none. Because if you're not online when they open and you have a hungry, greedy sector, they're all going to open them and you're not going to get a shot. And I was hoping they would have fixed that this time, and they clearly haven't.
Yeah,
so
I think
a lot of people are going to get pissed.
Yeah, I mean, there was uproar over it last time. You would have thought that they would have either put in some sort of a spawn-in cycle so that, they spawned every 12 hours or something like that.
At least this time people know about it beforehand. So it's not going to be a massive shock when you wake up and there's nothing there, but it kind of leads to the point where how many people are going to bother hitting all the map targets on the off chance they might get to hit a level 90, where they can just do the campaigns for a probably more cheaper and cost-effective raid.
Yeah, I agree. We're going to have a go at it anyway, but yeah, it's something that is there, and hopefully we're going to be able to get a few this time, and hopefully there's going to be more targets as well, because I know last time in our sector there was only 7 in total. So that was that. Next one. Sector influence. Sector of influence goes up when map targets in your sector are killed, not campaign targets. So level 1 is going to give you a boost to combat speed, rad defense, and damage output. Section 2 will be a 10% point multiplier. 3 will be unlock the sector store, and 4 will unlock the Reaver Assault platforms, like we said last time. The multiplier does not affect the campaign completion bonuses, so bear that in mind, that you don't get them for the completion bonuses, but you do for the points that you gain from actually hitting the targets. Anything you want to say about that, Rob?
I do like I think they're a lot better this time, the bonuses, than last time. That radiation bonus is going to help a hell of a lot when you're hitting the level 90s, because they've got a lot of napalm-based weapons, with the fire fields and stuff what they leave. So obviously a frostburn will help alleviate that, but it will give you just a little bit more defense, because it's still going to give some radiation damage whether you put that out of the field or not. So obviously that's really useful. It will help in the general targets and campaigns as well for all your lower guys. So it's not just a bonus for your bigger guys who are hitting the level 90s. It's going to make everyone in your sector have an easier campaign. So it's a really nice bonus you get there.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. So, even if you're not really interested in hitting the Reaver platforms, at least make sure you try and get that first one unlocked. In fact, to get at least the first 2 unlocked, because that 10% more point multiplier is going to help you out a lot as well.
I wouldn't say it's such a big deal to go for the sector store this time. Like last time, it was almost a necessity for that frostburn and the apocalypse mod if you didn't have it already. I'm not too convinced that the prizes in the sector store this time are as important.
No, I mean, most of them you can get through the mini raid as well, can't you, I think?
Yeah, I mean, what have we got? We've got the lovely £20 million paint job. Or 20 million point paint job, rather. I think there was the assault missile. But we'll talk about the prizes, I guess, in a bit. But I wouldn't say the assault missile is a prize that you should be going for anyway.
No. So the addition to this raid is that we're going to get a new target. It's called the Hellstar Nexus target. So it's a solo target. Resets if you leave or you time out. You get 20 minutes in order to kill it. On completion, you will earn 500,000 event points and 2,500 sector points for killing it. The main thing with this is that, as you'll see from this little picture here, things are shrouded up. And so there's a shroud cycle. So to start off with, the Hellstar starts open, so it's unshrouded, until 25% damage. Then platform 1 will open, which is platform here, and Hellstar will shroud. Once you've killed platform 1, then you've got to go back and kill some more of the Hellstar, and then at 50% platform 2 opens, Hellstar shrouds, back again, kill the Hellstar, same thing basically. So you're going to have to switch between targets in order to kill it. So it's going to take a bit of thinking as to how you're going to do it. Obviously, it's a single shot target, so you've only got one chance to kill it, otherwise it will reset. And you've only got 20 minutes to do so. So, you're going to probably want something pretty quick to get across there and get things done. You probably want to have some high rad defense on stuff, and lots of killing power would be my personal opinion. And you never know, pinch will probably come in quite handy as well, I expect. Your thoughts, Rob? Or am I left all alone? Sounds like I'm left all alone. So that's that. So the next slide we've got is the Reaver Assault platform. So it's the same deal as last time. It's a co-op target up to 4 people. Resets if all leave or time out. You don't get any event points. You will, however, get a uranium and resource payout. Each player in the battle on completion will get a chance to win a Hellstar. It is weighted by damage, so the more damage you do, the more likely you are to get it. There is, however, a cap that you have to abide by. You will have to do at least 5% minimum damage in order to have a chance at getting a Hellstar print. Maybe multiple Hellstars, maybe none. So there is a possibility that everybody could get one at the same time, or there could be one, or there could be 2, or there could be none. So it's purely luck of the draw. And there is no respawn. So, you know, as we were saying before, a lot of people were pissed off with it last month when obviously we were all working really hard to get to the last cap, and we weren't told beforehand that they weren't going to respawn or reset. So they have stated this time that, you know, they're definitely not going to respawn. But as we said, it all comes down to who's online at the time that they're opened as to who's going to get a chance to hit them, which I don't think is great, but I'm afraid that's the way it is. So, don't know if anybody in chat has got anything they want to say. Sorry, I'm switching screens between the two. I haven't got any double screens, so I'm a bit struggling tonight. So yeah, only for high-end players. I would agree that it is just for high-end players. But there we go. Oh, I'm being joined by somebody else. Who's joined me?
It's me. I had to quickly jump
come
out.
Back. All right, no worries. Cool.
Sorry about that. I'm on the road.
That's all right. That's all right. So I've just gone through the Reaver Assault platforms, Rob. So I've just explained that this co-op target resets if you leave your time out, pretty much the same as last time. Everybody's got a chance to win a Hellstar upon completion, and that's that. So, anything you want to say about that at all? Or have we gone again? He's gone again. Right, so I'll move on to the Hellstar blueprint. So the Hellstar is the new proto-nemesis. It's got a max weight which is greater than Dock 11, so you know we might be getting something very soon in the near future. With regards to that, maybe Outpost 7 and some other bits. Who knows? Maybe Chogar will know a bit more in chat. So what we've got here is it's very slow, even with like Strike System 3 or Speed System 3 as standard. It's only got a 14 combat speed, so that's not really that great. Launches scouts and has remote targeting. So according to this, it says that it's capable of launching scouts that can spot for an indirect artillery bombardment. What that will be, whether it will be drones or like Reaver scouts, we have no idea. We'll just have to wait and see, I suppose. Got missile and radioactive reload bonuses. So you can see it's got 150% penetrating reload and 150% radioactive reload. So it's pretty good. Got high resistances and pretty good evade, 20% evade bonus. High armor points and a massive 8 armor slots and 5 special slots, which is going to enable you to get the evade right up there. Most interesting part for me is that it's got 100 thermal imaging range, which means that it's not really going to get sniped by subs. especially with those splash missiles on there. 1500 point overload, same as the Grimshine. A triple salvo, plus 50% resistances for an entire fleet, so you can put in some extra spotters if you want to. And speed of plus 30%. And then we've got the 4500 point overload, which is the 60 range explosion and the 22 range field, which is the same as like the Grimshine Wrath one. So that should be good. Rob, are you still here, or have you dropped out again? I can't really tell. Sorry. Just want to ask really what I want to ask guys in chat what they think really, and see what they say. I do apologise that I'm all alone. It's no good, but I'm afraid that's it. So there you go. I have got some other bits and pieces that we've got here. Hang on, I'll just go through here. So for those of you that were wondering about the Behemoth, so I'll just share that up a minute if I can. Right. So you've got the Amiga and the Behemoth, obviously the flagship and the normal. So the normal's got pretty good stats on there. You know, it's got 8,000 armor points to start off with, maximum weight of 13,600. Pretty much similar to the toilet, really. Got a ballistic defense of plus 30%, an explosive defense of plus 10, penetrating of 40, radioactive defense of 30. Ballistic range is plus 40%, so that's the magic number that we need. And an 8% ballistic reload with thermal imaging of 60. The stats on the Amiga are slightly buffed, so we've got 40, 20, 50, and 40. And the ballistic range is 40% again. You get 100% ballistic reload and an 80 thermal imaging, which is great. So that's the same as the Viper is. And we've got a 50% ballistic reload and 50% ballistic defense flagship effect for the whole fleet. So, you know, if you're struggling with Crusaders and stuff like that, that's going to give you a hell of a little lift in your defenses. I know that the prof went through this just to sort of give you an idea of a few of the bits and pieces. You know, he's compared it across through to the Crusader, the Goliath R10, and then the two new ships. As you can see, the main differences between the new ships and Goliath are that you get the ballistic defense and the penetrating defense on there. However, you do lack from explosive defense, and you know, with a lot of the more pounds and stuff out there, yeah, could be something that you're a bit worried about. The Crusader obviously it's probably not the best thing to sort of compare it to, because it's more of an attacking ship rather than defense. But as you can see from the bits here, it is a fairly good ship. I would say that if you've already got your Goliaths built, I wouldn't be rushing to scrap them. I know it's 100,000 uranium, but it's something that's going to be well spent. Has somebody else joined me? J-Boy.
Yeah, I've got it, mate. I'm hoping everything works because I've had to quickly whack it all up to jump on here.
That's all right, mate. Basically, I've just gone through all of the slides, so you've managed to miss out on that. But what have you out of what you understand, what do you reckon of how the raid's going to go?
To be honest, mate, I've not looked too much into it. I've been too busy lately to pay much attention to it. But they're definitely going to up the damage on it. The only thing I'm complaining about the most is that new Proto Nemesis type ship, that Hellfire or Hellstar.
Yeah, I mean the Hellstar is crazy powerful. It's ridiculously powerful. Sorry, I just wanted to add in there the random launch override for the Omega is confirmed by Trogar is actually an accuracy debuff. So just to help you all out there.
Well, I see Tool posted up earlier on messing about one, and I started messing about a bit, and I was getting well over 100,000 armor off of it, fully loaded with Zeds as well, and that's going to be like, I don't know, two Nemesis back in the day, rolled up in the one in the base now. It's just stupid. I don't think they thought what they was doing.
It's a bit much. I'll agree with that. It is a bit much. It's going to be nice to own one if the possibility arises. But I've got a little build here that I come up with earlier. I was just playing about with it, and I thought I'd share it. So what I'll do is I'll just quickly share what I've got here, and we can have a little discussion about it, Joe, and see what you think.
I'm trying to find that one I posted earlier as well.
So we've got, this is the Hellstar. As we know, it's got a stupid amount of weapon slots, 8 armor slots, 5 special slots. You get the radioactive reload 150%, and you get the reload on the missiles as well. So I put the blaze throws on there just to up the combat speed a bit more. So I've got 18.45, so 18.5 combat speed. You need to have retargeting on it because it doesn't have it built in. So that's one special slot that you do need to get sorted. So I've got laser 1 on there. Speed upgrade, just to boost the speed up because 14's just terrible. Put strike system on there, and I'll put agility system. Obviously it's splash missile, so you're going to do all of the damage that is coming off of it.
See, I can't share one because obviously I took my computer down earlier, as I was telling you on Facebook earlier on.
Yeah.
I've had to temporarily whack it up. I've done something similar, but I've only got 12 Zeds on there.
Yeah.
Loads of bulkhead armor and stuff like that. And like I said, I'm at 118,000 armor.
I mean
that's a little bit. I could get up to about 130, I reckon.
Yeah, I mean that's just crazy. I mean this has got 70. Yeah, I can do in a minute. So we got 75,767 armor on this build here. It's got 78.6% evade, 61% slow resistance. The resistance is 64 ballistic, 73 explosive, 70 missile, 65 radioactive. Pretty good. A remote targeting range of 161.9. And then I've, just for adding to it, I posted 2 Hellhound spotters in there as well, which have obviously got fairly good stats on them. 76% evade, 20,000 armor points, just as spotters in there, so you can use it like a Mastodon fleet. I mean, this fleet's just crazy. I mean, if you build this fleet, I think the only real downside to it is the repair times. Not brilliant. So I think you can see here it's like 4 days and 5 hours and 15 minutes to repair the fleet. But this is going to just be insane to try and stop, in my opinion. I don't know what you think about it.
Like I said, mate, if that boat comes out for a long time, that's going to ruin the game. There's a lot bigger corners now than what there was when the Nemesis came out. So when that Nemesis came out, it didn't really come out massively. There was only a few people who had it. The way they're dropping blueprints at the moment, it's just totally crazy. And obviously, a lot of people either cheating to get the boat built, or building it with a lot of gold because they know it's going to be a long time before anything in base defence can kill something like that.
Yeah, I mean, this thing's it is just a monster. I'll be perfectly honest. I mean, I'd like to see what
That
people
one there,
in.
that was only a mess about. That was just going off the one talk
Yeah.
earlier, and like I said, mate, I chucked that together as a joke, not even looking into it, and seeing over
Yeah.
1,000 arm was just insane.
It's nuts, mate. It is nuts. So
running at 30,000 at the moment, and they're getting through a hell of a lot of bases. So
yeah, definitely.
Chuck a bullseye or DOS on that.
Yeah, I mean, 100,000 armor, those resistances, and I mean, the combat speed of 14.4 is terrible.
I don't think the retro's done on them neither. So if you chuck the retros up as well, you're probably looking more along the lines of 81% defence on it all.
Yeah, exactly.
About 75, 76.
Yeah, I mean, that's just insane.
Like I said, that's just a mess about it. You take the guidance scrambler off and add in the other stuff. I mean, it's just totally nuts.
I mean, you could gain some weight as well on that one by taking the laser 3 off and putting laser 1 on there, because they're splash missiles. So obviously, accuracy isn't going to be an issue. All you need is laser 1 for the retargeting special on it.
Yep.
So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, just really want to ask what people in chat think. So wonder what everybody thinks. Not a lot of comments.
I like it where that comment was there. Good corners will get it as usual. Hell, I'm a big corner and I didn't even get the proto last time.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, it's going to be a random drop.
I've always had an argument with Kickstarter this though, because I genuinely, not lying, did win that Nemesis twice. And both times they took it off me and said it was an error of the win for a drag base. It come up some bullshit error, wherever it was, and both times they said it was just an error in the drag, so they only gave me uranium for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, I think that it'll probably be a lower drop rate than what the Proto-Nems were last time. But yeah, I mean, you can imagine this as a base guard. It would be hilarious. Because you wouldn't be able to sub it out, would you?
No.
So, it'd be interesting.
You're probably sitting there 8 times with the subs trying to just kill it before you bubble.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's not only that; it's got 100 thermal range on it as well.
Yeah.
So you've got no chance of killing it with subs.
I definitely think I don't want to swear, they've messed up building this ship. Hopefully they'll change it before the actual raid comes out.
Yeah, I hope so.
Or they're going to wait for loads of people to spend thousands on it, and then after a while they're going to turn around and say, sorry, there was an error on the fleet, as they always do, and then nerf it. And
yeah. So I mean, who knows?
I ain't signed in this chat, but I like that comment. You mustn't coin enough for J-Boy Low.
Oh, he coins enough. Don't you worry about that. The thing with J-Boy and a few other people that have been on air, people, some of them coin about the same amount as a small country's income. So,
I've got to sort that
it's definitely worth it.
When I get on here next time, it keeps coming up freaking Mr. J-Boy. I ain't no Maybe we should see.
There we go. Anyway, so I just want to ask chat if they've got any questions, anything that they want me to go through again. It's been quite a short show tonight, mostly because I've been on my own for most of it. Is there anything else that anybody wants to ask or anything like that? I know there's a little bit of lag on the chat. And again, I do apologise about the lack of people on tonight. As I said before, we do this in our own time, and we try to keep it going every week. It's just so happened that this week everybody's been really busy.
So
in
the nightmare PM me and asked me to put a whole computer back together in a matter of about 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know. Sorry about that, mate. But let's be honest, I did base test you the other day.
Blah, blah, blah. and hid. Until I said I jumped, then you replied.
I wasn't about, mate. It's not my fault.
That's all right. Next time.
You should have just hit anyway. You should have just hit anyway. You have my permission to hit me whenever you like.
And cried when I hit them back. They said,
I don't do that.
Yes, you do.
Hit and hit, mate. Hit and be hit.
That's all right. I've got you in my recent attack, son. I'll get you next time.
I'm sure you will. So, Carl has asked in chat, what do you think the drop rate will be?
I reckon myself it's going to be low. I can't see them handing it out as much as they did with the Proto Nemesis. I mean, if we knew back then this ship was going to come out a month later, I don't think so many people would have rushed to build it. And I think that was their burst to try and make as much money out of that Nemesis they can before they bought this out.
Yeah. I mean, I feel
pouring that boat, the old Nemesis, is probably now sitting there kicking herself that they've done it. And Kicks are probably laughing, thinking, how have we done that on purpose?
Yeah, I mean, I feel really sorry for anybody who won the Nemesis last time and has coined it, or even just started to build it, slow built.
Don't get me wrong, mate. I mean, if I won it, I've always said from day one, as soon as I've got a Nemesis, I'm building it. I've always wanted it, and I always said I'll build it. Now I won't bother because there's a bigger and better thing out, but...
Yeah. So, the new Disruptor Cannon, I might actually have a slide on that. I'll have to find it in a minute. But the new Disruptor Cannon is it's pretty much the same stats as the one that's in Forsaken Mission, the D3M or whatever it is. The only difference is that it, instead of reducing speed, it gives you an accuracy debuff. But I don't think, to be honest, it's going to be that much worth it, in complete honesty, because a lot of people hit with bullseye brigades, which will enable a hit and every time anyway, or Disciples of Skullduggery, which will, all it'll do is work against you. So that would be my opinion on it.
I don't know whether they've got this sort of fleets or not, but going like this comment someone asked, question someone asked me ago, how to kill the new platforms. I mean, if it's the same as last time, and if you've got SEXs or Crusaders, the easiest way I found it, which a friend showed me, was just run through the middle, kill the platform, and then run up to the top-hand side, leave the ships, and then go back and either sub the fleet out afterwards or just cancel it and start it all off again and keep killing the middle only. And that saved me a lot of gold, that did, and I think I've done the whole raid in a couple of hours doing it that way.
Yeah, that was the Elite campaign, was that? Yeah, the Elites, wasn't it? So yeah, the Elites, if you've got...
Because that's always worked well, and that didn't do too great. Then I tried me Harlocks, because that's always done well in raids. They sucked in this last Elite one. And then my friend tanked me along and said, look, watch me with Crusaders. And he blitzed for it all, mate. So I think it was costing about 6 coins to do the middle. And I think he was getting about 4 mil out of it or something along them lines.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good idea. What about the Hellstar targets? Have you seen those, J-Boy?
I haven't actually looked, mate.
You haven't actually looked?
I
can get back the slides in a second. Hang on. I will retrieve them if I can. I've lost them.
Are they on a crib or anything? I can quickly flick up through that.
Hang on. We'll just go through. Do you want to just carry on with chat and just have a look and see what else people want to have a look at, and I'll pick them up again?
Yeah, because I know you're old and it takes you a while to function properly, so
It does, mate. I'm afraid it does. I was on my own and I've missed a slide off. I've been click happy
Excuses.
and missed a slide off. I do apologise, but there we go. That's my fault. But I have been on my own, so don't be too harsh on me. Right, we should be good. If it loads up. Right.
I like that.
Screen
Still ranking my Crusaders armorless. Good idea, because I was stupid when they got the 60% and decided to armor them all up. And now I'm having to go on them all the time, so it's taking too long.
Right, so as has been pointed out in chat, I did actually, in fact, miss a couple of slides in my haste. I do apologise. So we'll just go through those now. When it loads up. So the new Scrambler Cannon. New Scrambler Cannon has got a range of 47, so same as chain guns. Damage of 240, salvo of 2, 1.5 second reload time, accuracy of 90%. Gives an extra 96 radioactive damage with a weight of 240. It's minus accuracy hit, minus 40% maximum. So that's really the only difference between the D33 D3 and this. And like I said before, you know, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference when people are hitting you with like a bullseye brigade, and it's going to make it worse on you if they're running a an DOS. Sorry. So other prizes. Oh, I missed this one as well. I don't know how I missed it. But so
I love atlases.
Yeah, so we've got the in tier 1, 30 to 60k, so get the D1M if you haven't got it, and the D1C armors, they're really good. The Battle Cruiser is also in tier 1, so if you can't get that from the campaign, pick it up in that, especially if you can have people help you. Tier 2, the Strike Missile D51B, everybody knows that the Strike Missile B is the best strike missile you can get, and for the price of it, you would be stupid not to pick it up. The D2M and the D2E armors come in handy as well for a lot of things, so if you haven't got those, pick those up from tier 2. Tier 3, D3E and the D3M, so like 2 D3Ms is the equivalent of a D2 and a D4, and it's like half the build time, so you know, if you can pick that up, go ahead and pick it up. As well as that, the Mercury is available. I know there is a campaign you can get the Mercury in, but if you're having trouble with that, and you can get some help in the raid.
Half-time repair, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely get the Mercury during the raid.
As well.
Sorry, chat.
I still rate that little ship as well. I'm still finding me docks.
It's we did a little video on the crib of how to do 61 dredges with Mercuries as well, and they're brilliant for doing the Forsaken mission as well. So definitely get the Mercury. As I suggested to a lot of people, and I know a lot of people have inquired on the crib as well about when D55Z is going to be back. Here is your chance to get it. It's in tier 4. So you definitely want to pick that up if you haven't got it. It is by far the best missile out there. UAV power cells as well is another one that you can pick up in tier 4, which is good.
Sad about picking that up.
Incendiary shells, I waited ages and ages and ages to get those in the Forsaken mission. If you can get them in the raid, you have some spare points, nothing to spend them on. Incendiary shells is a great option for big fire patches from your mortars. The Atlas and Kodiak are also available in Tier 4, and everybody knows how versatile and how good they are. In the Sector store, you've got the D5E armor for people who haven't got it. It doesn't come around very often. It's definitely worth it. So if you can pick that up, definitely pick it up as well. And in Tier 4, it's T4 Forsaken Mission stuff, basically, that's in there. And 20 million point paint job, if you're interested in that sort of stuff. So, that's about it. That's all we've got. I've done all of the prizes, all of the comments. So, that's about it. Rob, what do you think, mate?
I think I'm trying to catch up with what I've missed. So you talked about the prizes, I guess, yeah?
Yeah, I've talked about all the prizes and bits and pieces to get in there, and some other stuff. We've talked about how the raid's going to work, and all bits and pieces like that. So, really, any of your ideas and any bits and pieces you want to add, really?
Just something I was thinking before I cut off earlier. The single player kind of target, Hellstar Nexus, does the big ship have thermal on or not?
What's that for the raid or the actual ship blueprint itself?
For the raid, not the ship that we win, but does the ship that they use in the picture have thermal? Because I can't remember if I saw a thermal ring on it.
Hang on, I can have a look and see. Got it somewhere.
Because if not, you could possibly have a mixed fleet with maybe a Frostburn, 2 Crusaders, and 2 subs. I'm not sure. But...
No, they'll watch it. They'll add the thermal, if not. Shh.
Yeah. It doesn't show a thermal ring on the picture that we've got, but that doesn't really mean anything.
Well, it's just something for people to consider. If you can try and fit one sub in, it could be a way to unlock the platforms for you to kill with your baser for little or no damage. It's certainly worth a try anyway.
It's something else that I would think about as well. Is it depends on what weaponry is really on the Hellstar, to be honest. I'm assuming that it's probably going to be splash missiles on there and the throwers. But if it's just the throwers, then a sub could be quite a good little decoy as well.
Yeah, well, if it hasn't, that's the thing. If it hasn't got the thermal, regardless of the weapons, as long as you're stealthy enough, you should be okay. I think the only thing I would say is go in with a single sub or something as a little tester and hover over the retreat. If it starts firing at you, then hit retreat.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a really good tip for people. So yeah.
Or wait for him to try it, wait for him to die, and then he can post saying, no, I died.
Or just let somebody else do it. Or let us do it, and we'll tell you.
Yeah, we can post it on the page, and if we get in there and have a check, we can find out and post it to the page. Let you know. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about, Rob?
I heard you talking about the prizes just as I came back. I just want to reiterate. I would also personally suggest that Siege Missile is a very, very useful prize. And if you're not able to grind out and get the biggest things, or even if you just don't want them, don't forget campaigns, especially the Proto Nemesis one, which is probably the most challenging campaign and the most costly repairs. Try and have a crack at that and kill yourself a few Krakens, get some Proto Mastodons.
Yeah, it's definitely one that you want to be getting done if you haven't done it. If you're not interested in doing the raid or not interested in prizes, just make use of the half repair time.
Yeah, go and hit some bases for half repair, hit twice as many.
Yeah. Or if you want to really annoy people, go and snipe fleets.
Oh, don't be saying that. If they come and snipe your fleets, I'd love that. If they come and snipe mine, I'm personally sniping yours for the whole raid, and you're in my world, so...
This is very true.
I will camp outside your base.
I know, but I usually get that anyway, so it's not major an issue, really. I have to sneak out every time I launch a fleet out, because people tend to sit in my base ready to snipe me.
Another thing, I mean, if you've already said it, then just tell me to shut the fuck up. But Professor mentioned in his blog, and it's a really good point. They have a lot of the tier 4 prizes. So if you've got excess points or you're not sure what to get, then consider getting a tier 4 prize so that you can eliminate a choice in the mission, and you can be more likely to get the tokens instead of an older prize which you might not want.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a really good way of catching up. If you've missed a few weeks of the Forsaken mission, pick some of those prizes up.
D5E, I know a lot of people want D5E, and I can see Ewok piping up on chat. He wants his gargoyle, bless him, so he can finally
Yeah,
get that.
exactly. So it's good. Um, and just to catch up, I can't reiterate it enough. Really, if you've got spare points or you're finding it quite easy, or get them points together and get some of those tier 4 prizes that you haven't got, if you've missed any, and you can block out some of the choices that you might get in the Forsaken mission.
Or you can save up 20 million and get a disgusting paint job.
This is very true. I didn't actually ask J-Boy about the paint job. I know he likes his atlases, but J-Boy, what did you think about the paint job?
I think the points are stupid at 20 mil, to be honest with you. But at the same time, I love my atlases and stuff, so I'll be getting it. I think they'll be a little bit unreasonable with the high point stuff.
It is a little bit unreasonable.
But I will have it.
I don't know. I'm gonna go against the popular belief and say it's not too much. And the reason I say that is because of what Trogar said on the forums. And I'm not going to quote him exactly because I probably can't remember exactly what he said. My phone's not loading. But he said something about the last model was like, was it just for winning the Forsaken Arena? Did you have to be rank 1 to get it? Or was it the top 10 that got the volcanic?
It was rank 1 in the Forsaken Arena.
Yeah, now that's quite a challenge. So these models are obviously not something they're looking at being available for everybody. It's like an elite thing, so only a select few will be able to have it. I think that's what they're trying to do with them, hence the 20
it's
million
not an elite
points.
thing, it's to show that you're in the spend enough just to be stupid enough to get a paint job.
Well, that's another way of saying elite in this game at the moment.
I won't lie and say, yeah, I am going to be prepared to get that paint job because I like the looks of it, but
Well,
I still say...
looking at the last raid, how many points? How many people last raid had excess points just helping people and unlocking the map targets? I know one guy in my alliance got 5 of the Dantes just from helping out.
I had at least 60 mil left over, if not more than that.
Yeah, exactly. So that 20 mil is nothing for people like us.
Fast, but then you can other people like still coming up in the game who like the atlases that are going to take a shine to that little paint job, and then they're not going to be able to get it.
Yeah, well, I just want to. The thing I would say to them, it's a fucking paint job. It's not going to improve your game at all. You need to concentrate on missiles, weapons, even and chips and stuff first, and only get that if you really, really need it. If you are choosing between two things and you choose a paint job, I would say it's probably not the most clever choice.
Yeah, we just want to reiterate that as well, that you can only pick 2 prizes from each tier, so pick carefully.
Oh, there we go. That's what Trogar was saying. 300 wins for the Warbird, for the Warbird paint. So it wasn't the volcanic thing, although that is just another way to prove my point. But 300 wins for a Warbird, that was quite a grind, weren't it?
Yeah, it was, definitely. I mean, obviously I haven't got the paint jobs for either, but, if you're into that.
See, I don't really play the arenas or anything like that. I've just started playing the tournament, only to rank my guard up, but...
Do many people even use that?
I don't know, really. I know that when I've tried playing it, I've spent ages and ages and ages, like going and being requeued and requeued and requeued. So, it's something that maybe needs to be looked at. But yeah, people don't really seem to play it that much. Seems to have been an influx recently, though.
Going back to the Atlas real quick, do you think it's a hull that people even use nowadays? Now you've got Warbird out and Harlock, two more superior ships.
I mean, yeah, I mean, the Warbird's good. It's got some advantages to it over the Atlas and stuff like that. But I know that a lot of people have got Atlases built, haven't they? So, and they are useful for sure, especially in guards, bases, and stuff like that as well.
One thing I've got to know though.
What's that?
How many people are ficked? I won't swear, I'll just use that. How many people are ficked now they're taking off yet another glitch repair through the raid? I see it posted today and I've seen a few people comment already. So you know there's a few people upset about it.
Oh yes, I was saying to Earth before the show went live, it's going to be amazing to see how many people were confident about the raid who suddenly are not so confident because they're not going to be able to throw fleets blindly at the Hellstar Nexus thing, and they're not going to be able to hit every knight in their sector for free. So I wonder how many people are actually going to be grinding out to win these level 90 platforms as they were last raid.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. You know, who knows? I mean, obviously we'll see. I wonder if they're going to be giving up the locations of all of the nexuses that have been run as well. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, they said, didn't they, that it's going to be a global announcement like the Pro Nemesis.
I can see a lot of people swearing in comms over that.
You what?
Probably. So, has anybody got anything else they want to add, or anything else they want to discuss tonight?
I can't really think of anything, to be honest.
No. What about chat? We'll ask in chat as well. Is there anything else anybody wants to see, or no? Or anything that we want to discuss?
One thing, just a random point of discussion to take us to the end. It just reminded me, I got a message off quite a few people complaining about level restrictions and everything. And it's certainly enough to provoke a discussion. There's been people who are saying that, what do I think about the level being raised to 60? You know, as the hit all above 50 at the moment being moved to 60. I've had people complaining that level 90s are hitting level 60s in our alliance and stuff. And my response is always the same. So what? If Kickstarter didn't allow us to and they didn't want us to, they would have already changed that like they did previously. And we've all been a small guy before and had the farming off a bigger level. Not to mention all the stuff that these lower levels can get, you know, tech-wise. It's all about tech more than level, I would say.
Yeah, I agree. You know, we've all been there. The only thing is that back in the days when we were a bit smaller, we didn't have the opportunities to catch up as quickly as what people have got now. So you may think that you're getting the short end of the stick, but you're not really. Compared to what we've been through, you're getting it quite good.
Yeah, so suck it up and deal with it. Or I'm just going to hit you again. It saves my repair. I get more fun because I can hit multiple bases in a night with one fleet rather than one base, one fleet, and a hell of a lot of repair.
Right. So I think that's pretty much it. The cost of the prizes. The cost of the prizes, I believe, is on the forum. I haven't actually got that data with me at the minute, but you have to go. Have to go and have a look at that. I think that's about it, really.
Do you know,
Yeah.
I've been trying to load the forum since I've got back in, and I don't know why, if it's the same for everybody or just me, but I can't load it. I've got a loading screen of death while I'm trying to load the forum. So I was going to get the prizes up and stuff, just as a point of reference.
Yeah. It's been a bit buggy tonight. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for coming.
Eventually, when I returned.
Yeah, thank you very much, Rob, for joining us. Special thanks to J-Boy, our guest tonight. You know, It's been quite hard for me today. I'm starting to lose my voice. It's terrible. But yeah.
Just listen for a minute, mate. Someone said a minute ago,
Yeah.
just referred to it. They said, what's the best fleets for the raid at the moment? I'd say Hounds and Crusaders and Strike Cruiser X's. At the moment, more help will come out and be posted on the crib as soon as people have actually started playing it and learning a little bit more. But at the moment, you're probably in them kind of lines, I'd say. At the moment,
The targets are the same as last time, aren't they? The map targets.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mastodons work immensely well with a Frostburn flagship. Really, really, really cheap repair. To go out and hit I think it was a 65 on the map. I can't remember the exact numbers, but they were really easy, the map targets with Mastodons. Crusaders worked well in the kind of small base one. And then your campaigns, any ballistics work really well.
In the elites.
Oh, in the elites, yeah.
Yeah.
If you've got them, run your Crusaders through. Even if you're just gutting out the middle for a 2 million points and then retreating.
Take out the middle, retreat, go back in, close it down.
But for lower levels or people who don't coin as much and haven't got these fleets, definitely make use of your Mastodons and UAV fleets on the map targets.
Yeah, I agree. And also, don't forget those zombie spectres if you've got them. With cat drive on them and B-Torps. They're really good for taking ships out of the 65s. There's a couple of videos that have been posted on that. So
just before we go, the prize points: Behemoth is 12.5 million, the Omega Behemoth is 25 mil, and the Scrambler Cannon is 5.5 mil. And I suppose the other notable prizes: Siege Missile was 4.5. The Atlas Carrier is 7.5. UAV is 4.5. And then D5E is 5.5. The Gargoyle was 4 mil, and I think they were the ones you spoke about. The rest is 4 or 5 mil for the tier 4s, between 1 and 2 mil for all the tier 3 prizes, and then everything else is less than a mil for tier 1 and tier 2.
Yep. Cool. Thanks very much for that, Rob. So yeah, obviously there's going to be videos posted from last raid, so go and do some research on that. That'll give you some idea of some good tactics to use. Anything that we find hanging around or anything that's posted to the page, we'll share with you guys on the Battle Pirates Squad page. Don't forget to check out our ship build archive as well. Go to our page, Battle Pirates Crib, on Facebook. Go to photos and then albums, and then there's an album set up for each of the ships in the game. And we might or we might not be around Friday for a community show. If we are not, then we will probably try and do something over the weekend, maybe.
I may be able to do it on mobile. I'm gonna have a look. I don't know if I can host on my mobile, but if I can, I will.
Yeah. So we'll try and do that. If not, we'll post something up about doing something another day across the weekend, maybe. And thank you very much for coming, and we shall see you all guys next time.
Bye.
Adios.